This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So in last session, we discussed about the life cycle methods. Now we are going to discuss about React styling the components, React styling. Simply, how can we style the React components? How can we style or add styles? How can we style the React components? React components, or how can we add style sheets into the React component? For example, you are working with Bootstrap. You want to add Bootstrap styles to your website, or else you want to write your own styles. Sometimes we have to add styles to the document dynamically. They are coming from server. So in this point of time, what shall we do? Right, let us see how we can add styles to the document. Okay, right. Now the next thing here, very important thing, we need to check this. Generally in our HTML, we know how to design an element in our HTML, right? Generally, it is, if it is a HTML case, in HTML, how we can design, and we know very well, we have the div element. So in this div element, we can take a class equal to something, right? So you can take something called container or something, yes. And in the CSS, what we will do, we can take style tag as an internal one. So style tag open, style tag close, and we can write some styles for the container. This is what we will do as of now. Okay, this is our HTML. Now the same in React. How can we add the same in React? In React, and first of all, in React JS, we are not going to use internal style sheeting. So I mean, this is called internal styling. Generally in React, we can write inline styles, or we can write external styles. That's all. We don't have internal styles, inline and external only in React. Let us show you how can we add styles to a document. Okay, here the thing is, here the same div element you have there in React JS div, and there is in HTML we can use class keyword for denoting the class, right? But here in React, we know that class is a predefined keyword, predefined keyword for creating classes, right? For creating classes. So we cannot use class keyword in place of the class keyword. Now you can see, if it is a class in HTML, this is going to be renamed as a class name. Yes, this is what exactly we have to take. So class and class name. I think, wait, it is struck. It struck. What happened still? Yeah. So class is denoted as a class name, right? In the same manner, you can take the class name, not class only. So class name is equal to the class you created in the CSS file. So this is the way of adding an attribute to an element. We cannot take the class because we know that already class is a predefined keyword. Even though if we can provide, it will give us an error. So let me do one small file. I just want to create one file. Let me create a, sorry, not here, delete the file, go to our src. I'm creating one file with name called design.js, design.js, or you can take any file here, no problem. Let me take this as a class component or a functional component, whatever you want, you can take it, no problem. So now you can check this. I'm saving the file, and let me remove this, let me remove this, let me remove this, let me remove this. Right, now we have to import this design component, right? So all the components which we are having, I'm removing them from the home component, right? So or else you can keep them into comment also, no problem. These are all not required. Error boundary, update title, counter, and clock, everything I'm just removing. Update title is also not required. Perfect. Here we have to load the design, design. Design is the thing, guys. So now what is going to be happen, we can see the design component will be loaded. If you want, you can write some small text here. Just I'm taking something called h1 tag open, h1 tag close, welcome to React, or something I written. If you can just refresh the page, you can see the output is going to be welcome to React. This is what we can see. Okay, but this is designed, but we want to add some styles, right? How can we add some styles to it? For example, if it is a HTML case, I want to design something. Okay, let me do one quick design here, small design for the HTML. I'm taking style tag open, style tag close. Try to see whatever the styles we are having, we have to copy them into React. Let me save the file style.html or anything. I'm just giving you a sample file here. Right here, there is a div. There is a div class is equal to container. Div class equal to container. container container. In this, I'm going to take a div tag open, div tag close. I'm writing with a class is equal to block. This is going to be block. And let me have content 1, content 2, content 3, content 4. Like this, I created some divisions here. Okay, how can we divide, how can we design them? So now we can see, if you want to design them, we have dot container, container dot container. Normally how we will do in HTML, right? Let us assume in your team there is a designer. The designer is designing this template and he is giving the HTML to you. You should integrate this into React. So what are the rules and regulations we have to follow? So in the container class, let me do something background color. Right now I'm taking some background color EF, right? Let me take some padding here, 20 pixels or 100 pixels padding. If you want, you can take it, or 80 pixels padding also. Okay, 80 pixels padding. You want to define the width for it. Okay, you can do one thing. 80 pixels padding is not required for me, 20 pixels is okay. I want to define some width, 85 percentage, and I want to make something called margin 0 pixels auto, auto auto. We know that what is the output of this. Now if you can run the file in HTML, not in React, now you can see this is the output we are able to see. Right now I want to go for dot block block. Now you can check this, what I have to do for the block. In the block, I want to provide some height to the element. Height is equal to 200 pixels, width is also 200 pixels. I'm just providing you here. Let me write some border, border border, 1 pixel solid red color border I provided. Now you can see there are 4 boxes are there. I want to arrange them side by side so that we can write display inline block. This is all we are doing in HTML. Now if you can refresh, they're all in side by side. Okay, they're all in side by side. Now I'm copying the same code into my React. Okay, copy the same. I'm copying the skeleton. Go to this. This is your div, and to this div, just you can add this only. Nothing to do. Just I'm removing this, and you can add the same here. This is the parent. So we have the div class container. Now, if we can run the file, can we see the output in the React? In the React, not here. So now you can go and check this. If you can refresh the page, can you see your output is content 1, content 2, content 3. Okay. But that styles are applied to this element? No, the styles are didn't apply. But where is that CSS? In app.js, if we can go, for this we have already a class name here is there. I'm removing the default class which is provided. Now you can see my content went completely left side. And moreover, if you can press F12, there is an error in the console. What is that error? Can you check this? So the error, invalid DOM property class. Did you mean class name? Yes. So what we need to do, we copied from the HTML design developer, right? So in this point of time, you have to take this as a class name. This is going to be class name. Why? Because already we are using a class keyword for creating the class. So if you are using the same, React may get some confusion. There's a reason it is giving us an error. Now refresh, we don't have invalid DOM property somewhere. Right here also we have to make it as class name. Perfect. Okay, this is perfect and we don't have any error. Now you written some styles for it, right? Go to this HTML file. These are the styles you written. Can I copy this style tag open, style tag close? No, internal style is not available here. Then what you will do, you can copy this and you can place into the component. Within the component you can do. Can I write the style tag direct? Okay, or else you can do one thing. I'm copying this style tag. Can I keep this here in the HTML? Now I'm going to write this in the HTML. Is it valid of writing? No, this is not the valid way of writing properties in the thing. Internal styles are not accepted into the thing. You can see you are getting errors. Now you can see my error boundary will stop me, maybe, I believe. If we can refresh, now you can see this is what the error you are getting. You can do such a kind of stuff. So definitely it is not the best place to add the styles. Then where can I add? Now if you can go to app.js, can you see on the top of there is a file import app.css. This is the CSS file which is provided by the React. Okay, you can open the file. This is the file I'm opening, app.css. This is some code they written. Now you can see this is the code they written. Let me remove this. I'm going to add my style, but style tag is not required only because it is an external style now. Whatever the styles we have, we just kept into this following page. Now can we see, if we can refresh the page, you can check the output. I'm saving the file and just refresh the page. Now you can see that is applied. The design is applied.
Sir,
So
this
no,
design is also standard one. This design.js is also standard React provided file, right?
no, 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 no,
Design.js.
no. Design is I created just now. I just
Okay.
created this file as a class component. You can take any file. Ultimately,
Okay.
yesterday we created clock.js,
Okay.
counter.js, counter one.
Okay.
These files are created by us. To these files, if you want to add some styles, definitely
Mm-hmm.
in HTML, we know how to add styles to a document. We will create a
Correct.
separate CSS file and we will link that file into our current document, right? But in React, linking is not available, but there is a different thing. How we are going to add this? Okay, already this app.css is predefined. This file is
Correct.
predefined. This is created by the React only. We don't want to create. Okay, sir, I don't want to change the app.js file. I want to keep the app.css as it is. I want to add my own file for this designing. So here we have import CSS is there. App.css is
Mm-hmm.
imported. I don't want
Okay.
that. I want to create my own file. In this point of time, go to SRC. In the SRC, I will create one folder. The folder is going to be CSS folder. Okay, I created a folder with name
Okay.
CSS folder. In the CSS folder, I will go and I will design some styles. First, let me create a CSS file here. In the CSS folder in SRC, I created a CSS folder. CSS folder is created. Inside, I'm creating a file styles.css or anything, you can name it anything. Styles.css is created. Inside of it, you can add your styles. These are the styles you added. Now, if you can refresh the page, will these styles are going to be work automatically? Definitely not. So I think we have to refresh the page. The styles are not applied. Then what we need to do, if you want to add the style.css, app.css we are not using at all, but we are not deleting also. App.css, leave it. Now you can go there. Here in this, I'm going to import. App.css is not required for me. I want to import my own styles. Import. We have dot slash css folder slash. In this, we have a file called styles.css is the file. This is the way of importing a style sheet into your document. If it is a HTML document, we can use link src. Sorry, link href we will use. If it is a separate file, we can use something called link tag, link. Link href is equal to style sheet is equal to something we will use actually if it is a uh, HTML case, right? Exactly, relation, sorry, relation equal to style sheet, right? So this is what we will do actually. Relation is equal to style sheet if it is a HTML case. But in React, we can import the file into app.js. Why app.js? We know that once a component is created, or whatever the components we are creating, each and every component should be imported into app.js at the end of the day. So that if you can import the styles into app.js, I think this is going to be easy for us. We don't have anything, right? Okay. This is
So
how we
then
are.
this
Yeah.
styles.css is like our CSS file, right? And
This is
below
our
that one only,
CSS
sorry,
file. Hmm.
correct. Below that one only we have this design.js file imported, correct?
Yes, yes, imported. See, where you are in the app.js.
Correct.
We know that each and every component that we created that is going to be imported into app.js.
Correct, sir.
Every component, right? So it is the best place to import your CSS into app.js. Why? Because all the components are required some styles. We don't want to import styles.css in each and every file. So just import the file into app.css, app.js. That's enough. We don't want to import in each and every file. Okay, so this is
Mhm.
what we did now. So now if we can refresh, now you can check this, the design is applied to the elements. Not only this, for example, I want to create one class here. Let us go for this. I'm going to define some class called title equal title. Let me define something called padding 10 pixels. Background color is going to be some hash triple three, and color is going to be white color hash triple f. I'm taking the color like this. Now you can see I want to display this title tag to somebody. Now you can go to some other component. Here you have design component. No, I want to go with some other component, has something called count counter component. This is the component we have. You can import the counter component. To this also we can add the styles. So import counter from dot slash counter. Oh, sorry. Yeah, dot slash counter, exactly. So if you can refresh the page, now you can check this, and if you can refresh, now you can see this is what here exactly. Okay, actually we have container class kada. So this is we provided to where we provided container class in the design component. Actually it's not good idea, I believe. Let me do one thing. I am removing the container class here. We don't have any class. Let me go to app.js. In the app.js also we have a div, and let me provide class name equal to container, because if you can provide here, what are all the things we are wrapping inside of it, everything will be in the body. Now you can check this, everything into the body. Earlier this went outside, now this is inside the thing. Here we have title component, okay, h1 tag. So there I want to go and I want to provide, just now I created one class, right? Title is created. You can just go to this counter component. Where is the counter? This is the counter JS. So in the counter component, for this, I want to add a class name. Let us take the class name equal to title, title title. Now you can go and check this. The output will be something like this, state demo. So whatever the component it may be, but where is our style? My style is in the app.js. So once a file is created, you can write lot of styles here. I think we seen HTML layout creation. We created so many styles with in a file called style.css. All the styles we can copy here into the style.css. That should be applied to DOM, right? Then what we will do, we are going to upload the document here. So once that is done, we have to import the document here. Without that we can't do anything, right? This is fine. So how we can add the document into the how we can import the document into the style. Okay, this is also good. There is one more concept called internal styling. This is external style. You can create a folder in the src with the name css. In this css folder I created one file and I added some styles to it. Once css file is created, that style should be applied to the document. So you can go to app.js. In the top of the page, whatever the file you created and which location you created, .css folder slash style.css. In that location the css file is created. I imported that into app.js file. Once it is imported into app.js file, what are all the components you are going to inserted into this app.js? For all these components, the style is going to be applied automatically. Yeah, fine. Next thing, there is a concept called internal styling. For example, here I don't want to add this. For example, you can go there. Now I'm removing this. Okay, I'm removing all the blocks, right? I'm not going to add anything. Let us assume if you want you can take them, okay, or else you can keep them, no problem. Okay, you can keep them. Now you are going to take some blocks here again. Let me take one more structure here. Okay, or else uh, let me create one more component now without having any confusion. Let me go for inline design design.js. Inline design.js, I mean nothing but we are going to write inline styles. Let us take rc as a class component. So inline design. So right, can you see here I have a div. In this div I'm going to take h1 tag open, h1 tag close, or else you can take some divisions you want, you can take it, no problem. Okay, h1 tag open, h1 tag close. This is React. Okay, this is React. And I'm going to take one more. This is ROM. I'm going to take one more H1 tag. This is Teja and something like this. Okay, we are in this thing. How can we add inline styles to an element? Actually, we know that. And for example, if we can take an element like this, for example, there is a div tag open, div tag close. For this div, we want to add inline styles. In HTML, style is equal to, we can add color colon red, right? And background color, if you want, you can provide background color also, background hyphen color colon red, right? So as well as padding, if you want, padding top colon 20 pixels. Like this, we can provide each and every property. This is called HTML way of adding styles. But in React, we cannot add like this. Remember carefully. So in React, what is this generally called? This is in JSX. In JSX, in JSX, what we can call this? This is called as a expression. JSX expression. If you want to write any expression, we can use the curly bracket, right? If we want to write any expression, we can use that curly bracket, right? That is called JSX expression. So what we need to do, div tag open, div tag close, right? One more point you have to write, take this here. Styles are going to be added to an element as an object. Key and value pair combination and the inline styles are added to an element as an object. As an object. What is an object? This is an object. Now you can see in this object, normally this is the regular way of adding styles, right, in our HTML. But in React, it is not works, guys. If we can write the styles like this, it cannot work. Now you can see I'm going to take something padding 20 pixels. You can take, and background color red. You can take background color as hash triple three color, and here color is going to be hash triple f color. This is what I'm going to take it. If we can add these styles to that h1 tag, okay, let me copy this, go to your document. This is my h1, right? Let me take the style attribute is equal to, this is what exactly I have. Style is equal to, okay, already style is there. Okay, you can copy the style. Now you can see the styles are added to the document. I'm going to add styles here also, the same styles for all these three elements, right? Okay, added styles, added style, added style. I used a style attribute to add styles to an element. If it is a HTML case, definitely it will work or not. Definitely it will work. Copy this. Now we can go and put this into our HTML file, and you can execute this. Definitely it will work for us. Now you can run the file. All the headings are going to be works as we expected. This is React, this is ROM, this is Teja. This is working in our HTML. But what about in React? There's a question. Now you can see I'm going to refresh the page. Oh, first of all, that component should be imported, kada? So once the component, what is the component we created? So 1 minute, go to here, inline design is created. Let me go here, let me import. Actually, you cannot import two components into one error boundary. Each and every component should have error boundary. Error, bound error boundary open close. Inside of it, we can import inline design. That is the component we have. Why? Because we don't know which component is having error. That's the reason we have to take the things like this. Okay, now you can refresh the page. Now you can check this. If you can check, now can you see, sorry, something went wrong. Why that is coming, because of the problem in the inline styling. You cannot add inline style. Okay, you can remove this. Error boundary is displaying our own error, right? Okay, now if we can go and check this, now can we see the error is going to be like this. Style prop expects mapping from styles properties to values, not a string. For example, style equal to, they are telling us write like this, write like this, write like this. Margin, style is equal to JSX expression. In this, we have to pass an object. This is what they're telling, right? Can you see how they added the property here? You have to write the styles like this in the React. This is what they are saying, that style equal to, this is the way you have to add. Can you see margin right R capital? right? Okay, then what you need to do, color colon, it should be like a key and value pair combination, and it should be like a key and value pair. Object na, how can we take object values? Color is equal to something, right? Okay, here background color, you cannot take hyphen here, you have to remove capital C. Background color is going to be, the value is going to be hash triple three. So here padding, I'm taking something called padding, 10 pixels padding all four sides. This is the way you need to take like a, generally by seeing this you should understand this is an object. This is an object having key and value pair combination. All the CSS properties and values are going to be an element of an object. It should be like this. Now how can we add these styles to the document? You know, you have the div, right? You have the div, and the div style is equal to you can see attribute style only, JSX expression. First one is a JSX expression. In this expression we have to pass that object. The second one is object. Don't get confused here, why we are having two curly bracket here. First one is a JSX expression. Inside expressions only we can add an object. So the second one is going to be the object. This is object. Inside the JSX expression, we passed object. Don't get confused here. So what I need to do, let me go to my component. This is inline design. What are the styles I added here? These are absolutely invalid. So we cannot do like this. We can't do like this. We can't do like this. Let me remove all these. Right. What we need to do in this point of time. Okay. Now you can check this. This should be JSX expression. In the JSX expression, you have to take an object. In this object, I'm writing color colon red. Okay, this is a string, right? Color colon red, or FF. You can provide FF, comma, not semicolon. This is an object. Object value separated by comma. Here we can see something called background color. This is the property. Background color is going to be hash triple three. And a padding, I just want to provide padding 10 pixels, something like this. If you want to reduce the font size, now you can see font size S capital and D. There is no hyphen here in the React. Font size is going to be 20 pixels only. This is what my object is. Now can we see the element is going to be designed properly? In the output you can check this. I'm refreshing the page, right? Oh, you have an error still. Maybe this is, I believe. Let me remove this and let me remove this. The style should be an object. That is the error we are getting actually, right? So now you can refresh. This is applied, and that is got applied. The same manner you have to apply the style attribute for all these elements. Now let me copy the style. Style is equal to the same style you are going to add to it. Okay, the same styles you are going to add to it. Right now you can check this. All these three are going to become like this. But you know one thing, guys, yeah, these three elements are having same styles now. If they are having same styles, for example, if you want to change the color, okay, now I'm going to change the color as a F1 F1 F1. So all the places you have to change, right? F1 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 F1. Here also you have to go and you have to change this as a F1 F1 F1. Can you see, for example, you have 30-40 times this was there, right? Then what shall we do in this point of time? If I change the color here, you have to change everywhere. For example, I want to write double F0 na. What is double F0? Yellow color, yes, yellow color. Let me go for this double F0 double F0. All of a sudden colors are changing. It is not only in one place, it may be available in 100 places. Then what you will do? Now you can see, I will tell you one more solution here. All are yellow color. Now in this point of time, we know that this is the style is going to be reusable for all the elements, right? Then what we will do, I'm removing this time, because the all these three headings are having common style. Then what I will do, just you can check this, I'm going to remove this. Let me take a variable here. I'm taking one variable. The variable is going to be inside the render method. You can take no problem. Let style is equal to this object. That's all, Andy. This is the object. So here we don't want to do anything. Just you can add style. That's all. Just you can add the style variable. That is a local variable I taken in the render method. So you can take something like the style is equal to something, style something. That's all. So then what is going to be happen? We don't have any problem now. If you can just change in one place, I think all these three are going to be affected, right? Now this is called inline styling. Can you see? There is nothing difference. All of a sudden you are changing the color as a double F00. Now you can check this, everything is turned to red color, right? So we don't have any problem if we can go like this. This is called inline styling, and this is called external styling. What the style we did here, we applied some styles to a document and all. But one thing very important here, while adding CSS properties, we so how can we work with the CSS properties in JavaScript? Already we seen here. For example, you have a property called background color. This is in CSS. The same property should be written background hyphen color. There is no hyphen here. Background color, background. This is HTML, CSS. This is in JavaScript and React. For example, you have a property called margin right. So margin hyphen right. This is exactly in our HTML and CSS. The same is going to be margin right. This is going to be margin right is in available in React and JavaScript. So if it is going to be padding top, exactly padding top, we can write like this. In React, we can write padding top, something like this. We will write top. So hyphen symbols are not accepted in an object. While creating an object, can we add a key as a hyphen symbol? No, it won't work. And for example, when we are creating an object, for example, where user equal to, you are taking some key, first name colon rom, it is valid. Can we take the object like this, first name hyphen name? No, it is not going to be valid. It is invalid. You cannot use the keys like this. You cannot use keys like this. Hyphen symbols should not come. That's the reason while you are adding some styles to a document, style equal to, for example, you have background color. You cannot write like this, background color red. If you can write, it is going to be an error. If this is invalid, this is also invalid, right? That's the reason we have to remove hyphen. After that, we have to take this as capital C. Wherever you have hyphen, remove that. After that, immediate character should be uppercase. So the same like this, and this is the rules and regulations you have to follow while adding the styles to the document, right? So where user styles and all everything, you need to check like this, how we are going to add. So this may be sometimes here we added some styles, right? Sometimes we will get the styles from live also. When we are getting the styles from live server, I think it will becomes easy for us, right? We can get all the styles as an object, and that object we can apply to the element directly. So if you want, you can add a class also, guys, here, no problem. You have a class name equal to blocker, block block. We can add class name is equal to block. Can we see the first heading maybe come like this, block is added. Let me do one more thing. See, all the styles are getting applied. The background color is applying, color is applying. So you can write inline styles, you can write some other styles also, whatever you want. Okay, right, exactly, this is what we are having. Now I'm going to take the class name equal to again block, inline styles will applied as well as class styles also will applied. We don't have, see, because why they are coming side by side, because that is applied, the class display inline block is applied. That's why we are getting the thing like this. We can apply a class name, we can apply inline styles also, whichever you want we can go with it. Actually block is, this is actually okay content, but here we are taking a h1 tag inside of it, and the styles are we are applying simply. The height and width of the element is going to be 200 and 200. They have to come side by side. That is what exactly the block class is also applied. See, it is all your requirement. You want to add inline styles, you want to add external styles, maximum we will do external styles only. But sometimes in real time we can get some styles from the service. Whatever the styles we are getting from the service, those styles we have to apply. Definitely at that point of time we have to go with inline styling only, right? Styles are coming dynamically, right? Style maybe today red color, tomorrow black color, we don't know. They will be come from the JSON. We have to get the styles which are getting from the JSON, we have to apply to the element as an inline. Definitely they are going to be inline. Normally when we are creating a layout and template, we will create a separate CSS file and we will import that CSS file into our app.js. This is what we will do later, some free time. Whenever we are going to integrate a HTML layout, then I will tell you how can we integrate HTML layout into our React application. When I am discussing routing concept, this I will tell you how to add a website into our application. Okay, that we can see later. Right. So tomorrow we can discuss about conditional rendering. Conditions. How can we write something conditionally? I want to add some style to an element conditionally. If this is okay, I want to add something. If this is okay, I want to display some other component. How can we render styles conditionally? How can we render a component conditionally? User logged in, display one component. User not logged in, display some other component. How we can work with conditional rendering? This is very, very important that we can see tomorrow.